Hey, how's it going, everyone? Joey Kissimmee back here again with incomePRESS.com and the product creation course. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a real quick walkthrough of one of my service-based products and how I structure it, and pretty much the best way to structure a service-based product that's going to give the best customer experience. It's very important that each and every single one of your customers has the best experience ever, because it's going to determine on whether you get a bunch of refunds and a bunch of complaints to a customer that's going to be really happy and satisfied with your product and service, and is not only willing to pay you for that service but also be happy to give you money. Okay, so I'm right here on the Timeline Slicer Pro. This is one of my service-based products. It's basically just a timeline cover image creator that allows you to create custom cover images for your timeline, Facebook timeline. All right, and I'm right here in the login page, and it's very important, guys, to have a login interface, okay, where every customer has their own unique username and password. This makes it more personal because they have their very own membership office and their own back office, and it also gives a sense of privacy and security because they know that no one can go in there and mess with whatever projects or anything that they got going. Okay, so try to always have a login interface for your service-based products. All right, now I'm right here. I'm just going to go ahead and log in, and it's going to take me straight into the actual software and service that I'm providing. And this is also very important, guys. You have to make it easily accessible for the customer. You have to make it easy for them to actually find the damn software that they're going to use. Okay, you don't want to make them go through a bunch of hoops and loops and a whole bunch of crap just to get to the actual software, because once they learn how to use it, guys, all they want to do is just get straight to it. All right, so right here, as soon as they log in, they immediately get access to the actual service, the actual software that they're going to use. And another thing that's very important, guys, is that you make the software or service as familiar as possible to what it's based off of. So for example, this software is basically just a cover image creator, right? And it's based off of the Facebook timeline. So what I wanted to do is make the actual software very familiar to the timeline on Facebook. So when the customer comes in here, especially the very first time they ever come in here, they're going to be able to look at this and say, oh, this is sweet. This looks just like my timeline. Okay, because they already know that this area here where it says drop an image, they know that's the cover image area. They know this is the profile image area, and then they know that these are little thumbnail tabs for the apps. Okay, so they know exactly what to do here, or not how to use it, but they know exactly what it is, right? It's just like the timelines on Facebook. All right, so very important that you make it as familiar as possible. All right, now another thing that you want to do, guys, all right, is create tutorials on how to use the actual software. All right, I see a lot of people, what they do is they make the mistake of before showing people how to use the damn software or service, they actually start doing marketing methods and tactics on what they could do with this software. And that's like the biggest mistake ever. You need to make it tutorials on how to use the actual software. So what I like to do is on this very page here, okay, again, go into that whole thing where you don't want to go take them through a whole bunch of stuff just to get to the actual and learn how to use the software. Okay, I put everything right here. All right, so I put right down here below, right, you're gonna see the Timeline Slicer tutorial. This is just a real quick recap on how to use the software. All right, so for the first time users, they get here, they see the video, and I give them a real quick rundown on how to use the product from beginning to end. Just real quick. Okay, just here, upload an image here, slice it like this, you recrop it or resize it, and then here's how you download it and upload it. Just a real quick rundown. Don't break every feature up, just a real quick rundown on how to use this, because a lot of people, when they first buy your service or product, they want to get straight to using it. So you want to give them a real quick tutorial on how to use it from beginning to end so they can start doing it. Okay, so always have like a real quick basic example and tutorial on how to use the actual product. All right, now again, right down here, I kept it very familiar to to Facebook in the timeline. Okay, you see the little tabs here, the same thing. I kept it very, very familiar. All right, now once they start using the software and all that stuff, okay, they're gonna have questions like how to use certain features, how to do this, how to do that. Okay, so this is where I go ahead and create more tutorials, but I don't put it here because you don't want to overwhelm them. What you do here, guys, is create like a blog or something with, like I did here. I created a timeline slicer blog with more in-depth and detailed tutorials on how to use the timeline slicer. Okay, instead of making like an hour, 2-hour long video on how to use every feature, what I did was I broke it down in bite-sized chunks. Okay, how to use certain features here and there, just like little short tutorials. That way, if they have a specific question that they want answered for that particular feature, they could easily find it. And plus, I give some more stuff here. I give updates and extra stuff like how to create collages with your timeline slicer. You see, all stuff on how to do, how to use certain features with the software. Okay, so this is where you would create where you would put all the extra videos that you have on how to use certain features. Okay, so let's go back here, guys. So just to recap here real quick, guys, you want to make it easily accessible for the customer to get access to the actual software. All right, if possible, just go ahead and put it right there on Front Street on the very first page, just so they can start using the product. A lot of people, you know, they're real impatient, especially online people, and they just want to get straight to it. Okay. Number 2, make it very familiar. Make it as familiar as possible to what the service and software is based off of. Okay. Example, this is a timeline tool for your Facebook timeline. So I wanted to make it real familiar to the timeline. And number 3, create tutorials on how to use the features of the actual product and service that you're providing, and not on the methods and tactics that you can use the product on. Because remember, methods and tactics, they don't last. They periodically change, they phase out, and then you have to continuously keep updating and on those methods and tactics just to keep them relevant. So you don't want to do that. Okay, you just want to keep it at the features and use of the actual products. Those last for like ever. Okay, I have videos here that I literally recorded over a year ago. Okay, and people that just buy the product today can still go in there, see the product, and learn how to use it. And I haven't had to change it since then, and I probably won't have to change it unless Facebook, you know, just drastically changes the entire layout and everything, like they did a few years ago with the fan page when they changed it to the actual timeline, which won't happen for a long while, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, so those are just a few things to keep in mind when creating a service-based product, and this is probably the best way to structure it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I hope you took a lot out of it. If you have any questions, just go ahead and let me know. All right, so with that said, Joey Kissimmee, peace. I live it for free, and I'll see you on the next.